Hey, good evening everybody. Sammy Thunder here. Welcome back to the channel. I wasn't originally planning to make a video tonight, but in high spirits, in which it doesn't sound like I am, but I am in high spirits right now, I decided to put this video together last minute. One, to promote the show tomorrow in Orange, Connecticut. I'll be setting up outside. I did this in Trumbull, and I'm doing this tomorrow again in Orange. It's the same husband and wife team that run this show, and I had a great experience in Trumbull, and I'm going to set up again outside in Orange tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to maybe seeing some familiar faces, so that'll be nice. I received a small inventory replenishment. I got these off of a Facebook auction that I put in for. And so the key card from the auction, or the winning card from the auction, is this really nice looking 1972 Carlton Fisk rookie card. I think the auction, I won this at $11, and I plan, also I had to pay for the PWE. I did plain white envelope with this. Figured, take the chance. And I know the seller pretty well. He did a great job packaging this. Yeah, I'll probably make, a nice profit on it. Because it's really sharp. And I think for any Carlton Fisk collector, or really anybody building the set that wants the Fisk, I should be able to sell this for pretty nice, nice. I'm not expecting like record-breaking profits here, but I'm expecting to make a little bit on it. So Brett is the guy who sold it to me. He sets up at the Mount Kisco shows. Yeah, I'll probably seen him there. And so I won the auction from him, and I was not expecting this, but I don't know if it was, I honestly, I think he was just being really nice, and sent me this Cletus Boer card to go with the Carlton Fisk, and that's pretty cool. I mean, that's a really nice looking Cletus Boer card. I mean, one of the sharpest 59s I've seen in quite some time. Very, very nice of Brent to do that. So, Brett, thank you very much for throwing in that extra card. Sometimes I know some people like throw in a card for protection to kind of protect the main card, but I don't think that's the case, because this is a really nice looking Cletus Boer. And given that I'm in the tri-state area, there's a lot of Yankee collectors, a lot of 59 set builders, and so this will go very nicely. Hopefully I can rehome it to somebody who is building the set. So now on to the main event of this video. I'll give you the lowdown after I show the card, but I'm going to build it up this way. Y'all remember I won an auction a while back on Facebook for a Transogram. I've been really on these Transograms lately. So I'll show you the first one, the 1970 Transogram of Willie Mays. And this one is an absolute beauty. I think I won this back for like $150, and so I bought it. And yeah, I mean, if I were to grade it, I'd probably expect it to grade authentic, just because it doesn't have the dotted lines anymore. You can see it's definitely been cut through, but I'm not in any rush to grading this. I kind of like it the way it is, but if I do decide to grade it, then that's fine. I'm happy to have it. These don't come up too often. You don't really see these. Usually they come with the whole box, so that's what I've seen lately, is that a lot of these are being sold. There's a box that's available that's in really poor shape, but it's going for more than, I think it's like $300-400 or something like that. Then the more recent Transogram pickup, y'all remember I got this from the County Center show. This is the 1969 Transogram, and it's the first card that I saw. I went to Roth's table, Brian, and Brian was set up, he was sharing a table with the guys from, I think, Champion Sports Cards. I think that's their name. And they had This must have been recently graded. Let me get that little smudge off there. This must have been recently graded because when I checked the pop report, the 3 wasn't recorded. So it must have been freshly graded. The guys were asking 200 on it, and I asked them if they would take 140. They came back with 150, and I was over the moon. So I was perfectly okay with doing that. And this was literally 10, 15 minutes. I got Dom texting me right now, so yeah, Dom congratulated me on the card I'm about to show you. I gave some of y'all a sneak preview on the next card, so you'll see. Anyway, 10 minutes into the Winter Extravaganza show in White Plains, the first table I go to next to Brian's table, and they have this, and I just said, that's a no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. For 150, well worth it. There's not too many of these that are graded with SGC. So it has a very, very low pop report, and so had to have it. So why am I showing you these again? Well, I'm adding to the Transogram collection. So I'm going to show you the card first because actually it has let me see if I can get this off. It has the team bag around it, so I want to do it justice and make sure y'all can get a good glimpse of it. Alright guys, here it is. The 1970 Transogram of Nolan Ryan. You want to talk about cards that are not easily found. Trying to give you a better focus on it. I think if I go over this way, it should show it a little better. Just trying to take the focus off the cards in the background. But it was doing it for the other ones, which is kind of frustrating. Focus. Anyway, the 1970 Transogram of Nolan Ryan, graded with PSA, is a 2.5. There we go. The focus finally kicked in. And these don't come up too often. Right now, the only other one on eBay is one you have to buy with the entire box, with the figurines inside, and the back of the box, unfortunately, has a wrinkle on it. So, these are tough to find in, really pristine shape, just because the awkwardness of cutting the back and getting the card out. And I thought whoever did the cutting on this one did a great job, because for what it's worth, it's really kind of wedged in the corner, and it makes it very challenging to get this out. So, the story behind this one. This was up on eBay for $1,000 or $9.99, but we'll call it $1,000 just to keep things simple. And there were about, myself included, maybe about 15 or 16 people watching this. I noticed that the seller had a card break mat in the background. And I took a chance that the seller had an Instagram page, which he did. I reached out on Instagram. I said, hey, I'm interested in the card. I would like to buy it. What if we did a deal off of eBay so you can avoid the fees, and I can, get a nice deal on it? And the seller was definitely happy to work with me on that. So, I did some research on these cards, and the sales are very few and far between. I think another one that was graded a 3 or 3.5 sold in 2022 and early 2023. There was a couple sales of 500, 550, and so the value of these are really hard to determine. You can go by that, but again, they don't come up too often. And so really, to me, it was about how determined was I to get this card? How badly did I want to have this in the collection? I wanted to be fair, but I didn't want to feel like I'm putting, I didn't want to overspend either. So I had to really kind of think about this. And so I came back to after doing some research, I came back to the seller on Instagram and I said, hey, you know, I'd like to offer you $650 for it. And it's more than what they've gone for in the past. But I realized the seller was selling this on eBay for $1,000. They take a 14 or however % hit on it. So with PayPal, which is the way we did it, they wouldn't take nearly as big of a hit. So that's why I offered $650. I said, hey, you know, you make it's a little more than what they've gone for. But you know, I wanted to. Then I figured that was a good price, because again they were going for like 500, 550 in the past, and again, when would I have the opportunity to purchase this again? I don't know. So I decided to make that offer. He just was like, absolutely, it's a fair offer. And I told him, like, let's do PayPal goods and services. I'll cover the 3% fee. And so we agreed on that. And so everything, the payment was taken care of, and I received this today. So that is the story of getting this together. So it feels really good to have these two together. My plan is to get this swapped over into an SGC slab. SGC shows there's only one other one of these graded. So, and I think the other one is graded authentic, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But it'd be great to have this in an SGC slab. It's going to go right with my PC, and it'll fit right into the display case that I have, and it'll go really nicely with the Seaver. So really, I'm very pleased with the way this all turned out. And, just the one takeaway that I have is, sometimes if the seller on eBay has an alternative platform like Instagram, it's worth taking the chance to throw an offer and to suggest a different way of buying a card. That way, the seller is happy because they can avoid eBay fees, and then I'm happy because I can get a better price on a card, and for me it all worked out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Tomorrow I'll be in Orange, Connecticut setting up, so I will put a flyer up on this video so y'all could take a look. The details will be there, so maybe I'll catch some of you there tomorrow. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Take care.